Hello, this is Patricia Agner from the Rutland City Public Schools, and I'm in Smart Notebook 16.1. I want to show you how to create a graded quiz using Smart Response 2 and your Chromebook. Let's get started. I clicked on the checkbox for Smart Response 2. It's this yellow checkbox right here, and I've gone to Setup. So I'm going to put in the details for my quiz, and it's a figurative language quiz. I'm going to add questions, and I could add questions from a list if I had a list. I could add an image if I had an image for this, and I don't. And the correct answer is idiom. I'm going to add another question. And here are my answers over here. And my answer is poetry. And I can finish. So here is classlab.com. And here is a code. Your students are going to go to classlab.com and enter this code. You can start your activity then. I have a former student in there who had taken a different quiz. I'm going to remove that student before I start. And now I am going to have students on their Chromebooks go to classlab.com. I've taken the time to add classlab.com to the website that we push out for K through 6, so you're able to go directly there from your Chromebook. And it will look like this. It has that image on it, and students would click on that and you would come directly here. The next step for a student is to enter this code 40924774. It's going to be different for you because you're going to set up your own ClassLab activity. And I will enter this as a student, and I will put in my name as a student, and I'm joining the activity, and it tells me the teacher hasn't started it yet. So you can have all of your students waiting very patiently and start the code once you see that everybody's in. So you'd come back to this list and say, oh, so-and-so, you're not in here. You need to get started before I hit the start button. When the teacher sees everybody is loaded, they can start the activity. The student would see this figurative language. Please take your time. This is not a time test with the activity code. The student would select the answers that they believe are correct. And I'll choose one that's right and one that's wrong, just so you can see the difference. We get here and it says sign out. Here are the two questions, so the student could review it and say, yes, that's what I wanted. Submit the answers. Submit the answers, and they will get a great job screen. You as the teacher will see this, that Patricia Smith has done 2 out of 2 on the test. When you're all done and all of your students have finished it, you can end it and your data will appear. Here is the data. We have one correct answer here, and let's go on to the next slide. And we see that the student has chosen this, and here is the correct answer. So you would have graphs for each section, and you could review the information with the students. And you see this here, and it would look different, of course, if we had multiple students. Finally, you as the teacher can export the results. And here is my student Patricia Smith. Here's the date, and Patricia Smith got a 50%. She got 1 correct and 1 incorrect. No responses, and it shows me which items she chose, so that for me as a teacher I can see where I may have had some problems with my questions. And then here is the data on the questions. When you're finished as the teacher, you can end your review. You can also restart your activity. I'm going to end my activity and end my review, and I'm going to quit out at this point. So you see this is set up here on a notebook page. If you want to create a new quiz within this subject, figurative language, you could also add a new page and add an additional quiz.